I had been planning for weeks. I knew tonight was the night because he had now gone as far as taking my driver's license and freezing access to my bank accounts. I knew the physical bruising would heal. However, the years of sexual, psychological, and emotional abuse were taking their toll, and it was time to leave. I had to believe that there was something better for me outside the walls of my home, and I hoped there would be people willing to help wherever I landed. Who knew what my journey would hold? But anything was better than the silent hell I currently came to accept as my everyday life. Sheer exhaustion at the end of the day, only to wake up to do it all over again. Regardless of how hard I prayed, promises I made, a plausible answer never came. There was no alternative but to take things into my own hands. A 65-year-old woman with $10 to her name and the clothes on her back. I am not your stereotypical victim. I know I shared with you that I was 65, but I came educated, previously holding a management position and a home in the Poconos. I'm very active in church and in volunteering. I love to help out where I can, cook a meal or bake, providing support and encouragement to other women when needed. Looking at me, you would have thought I was the woman who had it all. The thought that I partnered with such a man caused such great shame, self-doubt, and hopelessness. I landed outside the Never Sink Fire Department. It was here that I spent nights sleeping either on the bench in front of the station or on the cement floor in the stairwell of the parking garage across the street. Trust me, this was not by choice. I tried the local shelters, but there were no beds. I can't begin to describe to you the fear that washed over me as the night progressed, and not being able to close my eyes, waiting for the sun to rise on a new day of possibilities. I continued to call the shelters, and I was told, "I'm sorry, we are full." People from the street were approaching me, asking me if I had money, a cigarette. You can imagine. I'm trying to stretch my $10, using it for water and crackers, and washing up in the bathroom at the bus terminal. It makes you question if you've made the right decision to break free from the abuse. Doubt quickly creeps in, and I understand why women return to their abusers, and the cycle is so hard to break. When morning came and the city was awake, I took advantage of the opportunity to try and find employment. Anything, I wasn't picky. I knew I needed income to be able to afford at least a room to get myself off the streets. As I'm sitting on what I now consider my bench outside the Never Sink Fire Department, I prayed to God. Was there something better out there for me? I was in the terminal practicing my daily routine of washing up, brushing my teeth, making myself presentable, and the attendant who recognized me from coming in daily now sees some of my bruising. She approaches and speaks to me about a shelter on 3rd and Chestnut. I thank her for her kindness and began walking to 3rd and Chestnut to find Safe Berks. I say a prayer and I ring the bell. Little did I know that my life was about to change. I met with someone who took their time and treated me with respect during the interview process. I was offered something to eat and drink as we discussed what Safe Berks would have to offer. I could participate in a program that would assist me in meeting my goals: housing, education, and employment. I was assigned a case manager. She helped me to get acclimated to the shelter, find my room, make sure I had enough clothing and toiletries, and introduced me to the staff and other residents. I felt a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. It was that night Safe Berks saved my life. Helped me feel safe again, to find my self-respect, to build my self-esteem, and to find my courage to believe.